On the 27th November 2024, HTS declared the launch of an offensive called Deterrence of Aggression against pro-government forces in Western Aleppo Governorate. This action was in retaliation for recent artillery strikes by the Syrian government in rebel-held Idlib, which had resulted in the deaths of over 30 civilians. In the initial phase of the offensive, HTS seized control of 20 towns and villages, including al-Kubra, Anjara, Sheikh Akil, and Kubtan al-Jabal, among others. In the initial phase of the offensive, HTS seized control of 20 towns and villages, including al-Kubra, Anjara, Sheikh Akil, and Kubtan al-Jabal, among others. They also besieged and captured the 46th Regiment base of government forces. Reports indicated that the clashes led to the deaths of 37 government soldiers and allied militias, as well as 60 opposition fighters. Additionally, rebels ambushed a Russian Special Forces unit, killing a soldier and capturing equipment. In response, Syrian and Russian forces launched airstrikes on rebel-controlled areas, including Atarib and Darat Izzah, as well as shelling other locations in Idlib province. The following day, HTS expanded its offensive to the eastern Idlib countryside, taking several villages and approaching within 2 kilometers of the strategic M5 highway. They also targeted Al-Nairab airport, where Iranian-backed forces were stationed. By the evening, they had captured more villages in western Aleppo countryside and managed to cut off the M5 highway. Meanwhile, Russian airstrikes killed civilians in Atarib and Darat Izzah, while clashes intensified as HTS captured around 40 towns and villages. On the 29th November, HTS captured more territory, including areas near Sarakib and Abu al-Duhur, leading to a significant collapse in government defenses. Pro-government forces retreated to specific strongholds, while airstrikes by Russian forces resulted in more civilian casualties. Amid these developments, other Islamist groups began supporting HTS's advance, further destabilizing the region. By 30th November, rebel forces had taken significant portions of Aleppo city, including its citadel and government headquarters, forcing a large retreat of pro-government forces. The Kurdish-led SDF also capitalized on the situation, moving into several strategic areas, including Aleppo International Airport. Meanwhile, Turkish-backed forces launched a separate operation aimed at cutting off SDF supply routes, capturing additional territory from both the SDF and pro-government forces. As government troops retreated, they left behind a large amount of military equipment, including advanced systems and vehicles. By the evening, rebels shifted their focus toward the Hama Governorate, quickly capturing multiple towns and villages. Pro-government forces established new defensive positions but faced heavy opposition as rebels continued to advance. By early December, HTS-led forces gained control of Hama city and neighboring areas after intense fighting and airstrikes. Pro-government forces withdrew further south as opposition groups made significant advances in other regions, such as the Al-Gab Plain, where rebels pushed toward areas with a predominantly Alawite population. Following the fall of Hama, the conflict expanded to other regions, including Salamiyya and Talbiseh, which were taken without significant resistance. Russian forces bombed key infrastructure in an attempt to slow rebel advances. As pro-government troops retreated, opposition forces continued capturing more territory, including Homs. In southern Syria, rebel forces captured the provincial capital of Suwaida after government troops abandoned the area. Concurrently, the SDF took over Deir ez-Zor and Palmyra, while opposition forces gained control of Daraa and its surrounding region. Pro-government forces continued to withdraw toward Damascus and other strongholds. On the 7th of December, rebels approached the capital Damascus, capturing surrounding towns and advancing to the suburbs. Pro-government forces, unable to hold their positions, evacuated key areas as opposition forces entered the city. By 8th December, the collapse of pro-government defenses signaled the end of Assad's regime, with officials expressing readiness to cooperate with new leadership chosen by the people.